Have they seen us?
They have.
Can you taste it? I do not talk of the salt in the air, but the blood of Trojans on the edge of your swords. Honor compels us to this land, but glory awaits you. Ready your arms!
Menelao, you are my husband.
And the gods laughed at these simple acts of men, for they knew that within that simple oath was sown the tragedy that would launch the 1,000 ships.
What happened next will be debated until the end of time. Some say Helen willingly left her husband to follow Paris back to Troy. Others insist he abducted her against her will.
Helen, I cannot leave here with just the memory of the last few days. Come with me to Troy.
But I must take pause and leave the story of Prince Paris for another time. I will then tell you of Aphrodite's treachery and the young prince's folly. Who can blame Menelaus for claiming his right to retribution? Enraged, he called on the kings and princes of Greece to honor their oath with promises of rich plunder and treasure. So was assembled the greatest army the world had ever seen. And together they set sail for Troy under the leadership of powerful Agamemnon, Menelaus's brother, king of Mycenae.
Foolish one. I gave him the choice to live. He refused it.
Monster! Damned be the womb that bore you!
Measure your words well, woman. For my mother is a favorite of Zeus.
You shame her! For you are nothing but a murderer of farmers and old men!
I would have spared him had he yielded.
You wield your sword as if it were a beacon of justice, and hide your cruelty under the robe of might. I know who you are, Achilles, and I now know what you are. I too am not afraid of you. I too will not bow to you. Finish me off like you did that old man. It will be easier, for I carry no weapons.
She is mine. See that no one claims her.
He was my father!
While this war raged, blackening the sand with pyres lit for the fallen, far across the sea, the city of Athens was about to face a mortal enemy. The Athenian king Theseus had kidnapped Hippolyte, the mighty queen of the Amazons.
Grant us the strength, Father Paris, to free our queen, my sister.
And the Iliada, we should attack together before their guards are alerted.
We will.
Agamemnon and Odysseus hurried to Achilles' tent.
There. I return her to you. I swear I have not touched her. Will you now rejoin the battle? How can you idle here while brave men die?
What are you doing?
The men will follow this armor into the jaws of death. If you will not put it on and help save us from the brink of defeat, I will wear it and lead them myself.
Agamemnon is a snake. He comes to beg. He never cares to admit his guilt.
So it's pride that keeps you, Achilles. I will lead our men to victory, keeping your pride intact and Agamemnon's in ruins. I will go in your stead, and only your sword will stop me.
You will push the Trojans back to the river, but you will not go across it. Do you understand what I'm telling you, Patroclus? Patroclus, you will not cross the river.
Apollo?
Achilles! This is not Achilles. Why is this man wearing Achilles' armor?
A sleeping beast was about to be wakened. His roar to be heard across the land. His fury to provoke carnage and ruin never seen before. The vibrant color of spilled blood soon turns into dark patches of putrid waste. The darkened, contaminated soil around Troy loomed like a portent of darker deeds yet to come. Woe is to him that believes the gods have the interests of man at heart. As time passed, the tide of war changed at their slightest whim. Not trusting the gods for deliverance, Priam sent King Aeneas to search for allies, ready to come to Troy's aid. Aeneas easily convinced Penthesilea to lead her Amazons to Troy. Haunted by Hippolyte's death, the Amazon queen wished only
King Priam. It's Prince Hector.
O Muse, help me now tell how great Achilles swore dark vengeance for the slaying of Patroclus. Upon Achilles' return to the ranks of the Greeks, Agamemnon and the kings and princes of Greece rejoiced and gave thanks to the same gods they had earlier so vehemently condemned. But Achilles was without his armor. Hector had wrenched it from Patroclus's body and claimed it as his due spoils of battle. It was Thetis, Achilles' mother, who intervened. She came to her son with gifts of solace offered by the gods, the instruments of rightful revenge.
This river gave birth to Troy. We are all sons of Scamandros, and will not allow it to be tainted by Greek pestilence.
Hector? Why haven't you gone with Priam?
Father will be safe with Aeneas. Besides, I have responsibilities here.
Achilles? He will be hunting for you on the battlefield.
You know what I must do.
Hector!
Achilles, as we are both men of honor, let us promise that whoever wins today shall return the body of the other to his people. I will promise this to you before the gods. Will you do the same?
Lions do not make promises to men, nor wolves to sheep. Your blood will quench Ares's thirst, and your flesh will be left for wild dogs to tear asunder. Carry yourself. I will rend your limbs from your body and feed them to the dogs.
My family will offer abundant gold for my ransom. Take it, and give my body back to my father, so I may have the right of burning. Promise me this, please.
The hand of fate dooms us all, Achilles. I die for my people. Who will you die for?
Don't speak of my fate. It's mine to forge, and no god on Mount Olympus will change that! So dies the madman who thought he killed Achilles!
Of men! Unafraid of death!
Why are you here, Queen of the Amazons? And why do you ally yourself against the inevitable?
Ares bids us help the innocent. You, Odysseus, are
Be able to best you, Amazon. But we shall see how you fare against the might of Achilles.
Coward! You value your life over your honor!
My queen, remember, the gods play with us and tease us for their amusement. You bear no guilt for what they have caused to happen.
Thank you, fair prince. This is my time.
Penthesilea! It is not the beauty of your countenance that I face, but the blood of an enemy that must be spilled upon the earth.
And it is but another warrior that I face. Another man too proud to face his death. At last. Hippolyte.
I know your story, brave queen. If only we had met elsewhere. Away from this bloody game we play.
With Hector and Penthesilea both fallen at the hands of Achilles, Troy looked for a new hero to save them from the jaws of the lion. From the distant lands of Ethiopia came the warrior King Memnon, the mightiest warrior of the East.
Gods above, guide me. If this is your will, do not fail me now.
Move! Move!
it's done.
When great men fall, gods, men, and beasts turn silent. Legends tell us that Ajax was struck by madness, victim of Athena's rage. And yet we all know that we readily attribute to the gods all that we know nothing of. Those who followed Ajax tell of signs that all was not well with their prince. Did it start the day he saw his cousin Achilles fall? That day he carved his way through the Trojan hordes, and with Odysseus' help, retrieved Achilles' body and carried it safely to his camp for proper burial.
Sword to protect.
Achilles. Achilles. No. No, no. No, no. No. What have I done? What's happening to me? What have I done? What have I done? What's happening? What's happening to me?
For 10 long years, the beaches of Troy were deserted. Where once stood Agamenon's tent, stood a wooden statue of a horse.
It is a plea to Athena for forgiveness. To placate the goddess's anger for the theft of the Palladium.
And so the Trojans brought it into the walls, hoping to gain Athena's favor, and to leave the invaders to face her wrath as they fled across the seas. So easily do men believe that which they yearn for. But in the silence of the night, the Greeks returned to the beaches like prowling wolves. And as Troy slept, the statue quivered and opened, spilling from its belly the ruse which would finally end the war.
Odysseus, your plan has worked. Listen how they celebrate.
We'd better hurry to the gate.
Paris, stand down!
You will not harm Helen.
Paris, wait! Paris!
My people do not deserve what I have brought upon them. Especially sweet Helen. And my father. Please, be merciful upon them.
You dare ask for mercy? From us? No! My son! My son!
No!
You will die in front of all my men, wiping clean the shame you have brought upon me. Upon Sparta!
Menelaus, enough have died.
All of my sons have perished. My city has perished. I have nothing left to live for. I ask only one act of mercy. Take all of the treasures of Troy, but allow some vestige of this once great race to remain in this land.
Gentle old one.
You think to deny us the spoils of a hard-fought war with pitiful words, Ancient One? Your land is ours now by right, and its people shall be wiped from the earth to be forgotten forever. But I will grant you a single mercy. I will make your end a quick one.
Agamemnon. That wasn't necessary.
He is the reason we fought here all these years. The reason why so many princes and men of Greece have died. The world must bear witness to the fall of the House of Priam!
The oath fulfilled, the kings of Greece set sail for home, leaving behind them the blackened ruins of a once glorious city. The gods took pause, not to mourn, not to pity. The gods are not capable of such human weakness. They paused to plot vengeful retribution against all those who dared think they were the architects of history, conquerors of fate, masters of their own lives.